Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So today's part we will do section formula. I'll be explaining you, and then this notes written part I'll be sending you the notes. Okay, so I'll just do the explanation part of everything and exercise part in this video. The written part, whatever it is, along this video I will send you the PDF form of notes. Okay, so first today we are seeing about what? Section formula, right? Now what our section formula tells, we'll see it. Short, I'll explain you its cases and all. You can write it down. Okay, so before heading, you just know, you have studied in your SLC part. Okay, you have studied in your SLC part internal and external forms. Yes, how internal and external it will be. Now internally means how it will be when you are studying in your what they'll tell, vector form. This is m is to n, right? This is ratio, like it will be what? PR by RQ, which is equal to m by n. Means a line or a segment, it is divided in two parts. This is your midpoint, PQ we have taken, and it is divided in the ratio m is to n. So this PR by PQ we do, right? It will be always option, proportional ratio. Now you have P point, x1, y1 and q, one more point you have. If they are telling you internal, what's the formula we do? Yes, we take mx1 plus nx1 whole divided by m plus n. Same mx2 plus my2. This is mx2 nx1 my2 plus ny1 whole divided by m plus n. This we do as internally. This we have studied in a few SLC. Same with external. See, externally, this internally what happens? We are dividing properly and we are giving the ratio. Now external, we have a length or a segment, and this is our whole part if I take it as a m. Externally we are extending it up to r, and this we are taking it as n. My PQ is m and my QR is n. So this is also divided in the ratio, right? PQ by QR it will be. And this formula how we give? In your internal part it will be plus sign comes, and in your external what it will be? Minus, because here you are extending the part, so whatever you do it will be minus. It will be same mx2 minus nx1 whole divided by m minus n plus my2 minus ny1 whole divided by m minus n. This you have studied itself in your SLC, your internal, your external. And if they tell you midpoint, suppose if they ask you midpoint, how it would be? So P, Q and it's midpoint means what? This will be equal ratio, right? Now 1:1. If you are taking, suppose this is your 1 unit means it will both will be same. Now if you want to find the midpoint of anything, how do you do? This plus this divided by 2 you do, right? So if this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, how it will be? x1 plus x2 whole divided by 2, y1 plus y2 whole divided by 2. So this is internally we do our formulas like this, externally and midpoint. Whenever you have internally, normally they will give m is to n. Externally we are extending our part. Yes, we are extending few parts, so it comes here negative, here comes positive. And midpoint means you know only how do we find the midpoint. So in this section formula, if you consider in a vector form, now here I have the diagram. If you can see, a diagram means you can see it is like you have vector A and you have vector B. Vector A, vector B, you can say OP, OQ, and you are taking a position vector, you can tell is a vector O from the origin you are taking, and this you are taking as R, dividing internally m is to n, vector A, vector B. When if it is in such that internally when you are dividing, so what your formula will be? Internal formula is what? mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. So x2, x1 I can take this whole as a vector A, vector B, yes, and m plus n. So how it will be? And here for whom I have to find? I have to find for position vector. So for this it will be mb plus na whole divided by m plus n. Yes, how it will be? Internally for OR I have to take, means vector OR it will be m vector b plus n vector a whole divided by m plus n. Your vector OR is what? R vector, right? This is R vector. Explanation written. This I'll give you the notes. You have to consider first this triangle, then this triangle, and according to your law of vector addition, your RQ vector will be what? OQ vector minus OR vector. Same, your PR vector will be OR vector minus OP vector. So OQ minus this will be B minus R, and here will be what? OR minus OP means R minus A. Considering that and substituting in your equation 1, you will get this form. Okay, this is internally. Same for externally, means here how it is, PQ by PR it is, right? It is PR by QR, M by N, like this ratio it will be. I have said you it will be in ratio form, right? Here exactly I had explained you the same, M:N ratio form it will be. Now when it comes to external, okay, external part, same, I have OP, I have OR, and OQ is my projection. So here QR is the extension part, QR is the extension. So this is my external, full P and R is my external, and QR is my N. So in your external part it is negative. So how it will be? How it will be here? Same, MB minus NA whole divided by M minus N. So here I have written, see, OR is equal to MB minus NA whole divided by M minus N. This written part all, I'll send you the notes. And you have made the point, how it will be? Vector A plus vector B whole divided by 2. We'll see our exercise part. Find the scalar and vector components of the vector with initial point 2, 1 and terminal point 5, 7. So initial point and terminal point they have said, and they are telling you to find scalar and vector quantity. So I have taken my line, if I want I'll take this as AB. See, it is telling with initial point and terminal. Initial point is mine this and terminal point is this. So your arrow will be in such a way. If they tell you with the terminal point and initial point, then here terminal points comes, here your initial point comes. Okay, be careful of that. This will be a whole vector A, right? This is your vector A, and we have already studied in your vectors joining 2 points. How do we find of a vector of 2 points? x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. If one more term, if one more coordinate would be there, means we would write z2 minus z1 k cap, right? But filhal we don't have one more term. For time being, just they have given you 2 points. So this you can take it as x1 y1 x2 y2. So if you want, you can take this as x1 y1 and this as x2 or y2. Okay, after taking this, x2 minus x1 means minus 5 minus 2 I cap plus y2 minus y1 is 7 minus 1 j cap. Minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7, 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, first you have to solve this. After this you have to find your vector and your scalar components. See, this whenever you have like this, the vector component with I cap, j cap, this whole part is called as vector component, and only the coordinates is called as scalar. Now scalar components of this means it will be what? Minus 7 and 6. See, I am writing and, not plus. Don't get confused. Here it is a full term. Okay, this you have a vector component, but while writing you have to write and. Vector components will be what? Minus 7i and 6j. With your I and j, it will be full vector component. Only your coordinates xy will be your scalar components. I have given in your notes, just go through it. Understood how they have to, if they tell you to find scalar or vector component, you have to do in such a way. Second question, they are asking you to find the unit vector in the direction of vector A. So unit vector in that direction, whatever direction, vector A, vector B, how we give it as A cap we give, right? It is given as A cap. I have said you have to read it as A cap. So A cap is equal to 1 by modulus of vector A into vector A. So doing this first, before we will find vector A, modulus vector A, how we do? Root, right? Root of x square plus y square plus z square. X square plus y square plus z square. What is your x square here? Yes, it is 1 square. Even your y square is 1 square, and for k z is what? 2 square. So what you will get? 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 4 So this it is root 5. So you are getting root 5. Now substitute in your formula. What it is? A cap is equal to vector A whole divided by modulus vector A. So vector A is what? 1 by I cap, okay, j cap plus 2 k cap whole divided by root 5. So separately you can write as 1 by root 5 I cap plus 1 by root 5 j cap plus 2 by root 5 k cap. So this is your unit vector. Now in this also they tell you find scalar vector component, means how you'll do. How you'll do? Yes, your scalar components will be 1 by 5, 1 by root 5, 2 by root 5, and your vector component will be 1 by root 5 I cap, 1 by root 5 j cap, 2 by root 5 k cap. Understood? Don't get confused. Next question, show that the vectors 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap minus 4k cap plus 6j cap minus 8k cap are collinear, they are telling. Collinear means how you have to find collinear. See in this, first take it as vector A and vector B. I have given you like hint also, like two vectors are collinear if their direction ratios are proportional. These all points I have given also. Please be careful. Whenever they ask you to find collinear means you should know that direction ratios, if they are proportional or equal, means they are collinear. So how you have to do direction ratios? Proportional means A1 by B1, A2 by B2, A3 by B3 it will be, right? So same way it is 2 by minus 4. This as LMN I have given you na, L which is equal to M equal to N, your direction ratios I have given you, go through it. So this will be what? X by R, Y by R, like this it is. This 2 by minus 4, minus 3 by 6, 4 by minus 8, 2 by minus 4, minus 3 by 6, 4 by minus 6, 2 1s are 2 2s are 3 1s are 3 2s are 4 1s are 2 2s are. So overall 3 also is equal. So it is minus 1 by 2. So you are getting A1 by B1 is equal to A2 by B2 is equal to A3 by B3. This 3 also you are getting equal. These are telling us collinear. To find the direction ratios, that's it. Second is finding direction cosines. Direction cosines of vector C. When they are telling you to find direction cosines, you should find it unit vector. After finding unit vector, its scalar components, whatever you get, that is your direction cosines. I have written also a hint. If direction cosines are asked, first find unit vector of this. Unit vector you know how to do. A cap you have to take 1 by modulus vector A and into vector A you have to do. Then when you get unit vector, in that scalar components, whatever you get, that is your direction cosines. I have given you here. I have taken this as a vector A, I cap plus 2j cap plus 3 cap. First unit vector how it is given? A cap is equal to A vector by modulus A vector. So first I will find the modulus A vector. Side on I have given. Root we have to do 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. We get root 14. After that substitute it. Okay. Then separately you write 1 by root 14 I cap plus 2 by root 14 j cap plus 3 by 14 root k cap. Yes. Now 1 by root 14, 2 by root 14, 3 by root 14 are scalar components. This only are termed as your direction cosines here. Direction cosines are 1 by root 14, 2 by root 14, 3 by root 14, and this is given as LMN only na. Even your direction ratios ABC I have given it. Yes. You can take it as ABC. So this is your direction ratios LMN. L means how it was cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, alpha, beta, gamma. That will be angles. In this one you can do it. L means that only, right? One more you have. Next question. Find position vector of a point R which divides the line joining 2 points P and Q, whose position vectors are I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap and minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap respectively in the ratio 2:1. They have given ratio 2:1 and they are telling you to find internally and externally. You have the formula. This we can take it as A vector, this we can take it as B vector, and then simply do it. First we will see internally, then we will see externally. So internally I have just taken it. PQ they have given. What are the P points? I, 2, K, 1, minus 1, 1, 1. Ratio 2:1 they have said. Midpoint. Internally means it will be like this only, right? So M:n it will be. This whole I can take it as vector A, this whole I can take it as vector B. What is the formula? MB vector plus NA vector whole divided by M plus N. What is my M? M is my 2. B whole vector, you write it. Plus what is my N? N is 1. A vector is what? Whole this, right? Whole divided by m plus n, in 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1. Now multiply each term, minus 2 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap, I k cap plus 2 j cap minus k cap, whole divided 2 plus 1 is 3. So now you see, minus 2 plus 1 is what you'll get? Plus 1. So I cap plus 2j cap plus 2j cap, you're getting 4j cap plus 2k cap minus k cap, you'll get plus k cap, whole divided by 3. So this is your R. If you want, you can write separately also, like 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3. Externally, what is the formula? mb minus na vector whole divided by m minus n. Same way, just minusing it will be same method. 2 minus 1 will be else. Here minus 2 I cap minus I cap is minus 3 I cap plus 2j cap minus 2j cap get cancels, plus 2k cap plus k cap you get plus 3k cap whole divided by 1. So if you want, I can take this as minus 3 common and I'll get I cap plus k cap. This is your final answer for external, right? Next you have product of two vectors. You have product means what? Yes, multiplication, right? This you can take multiplication of two vectors. In that you have one scalar. Scalar is termed as dot. Scalar you can tell, or dot. And vector is termed as cross. Means this is given as dot sign and this is given as cross, means like this multiplication. So two types are there, one scalar product and one dot product. In your scalar product, how they'll give means dot product, it will be vector A dot vector B. This is given as modulus of vector A modulus of vector B into cos theta. Like suppose you have to, this is your vector A and this is your vector B. So anticlockwise, you know it, in your physics you have said this will be your theta. So whenever you are doing this, your angle will be what? Cos theta only. So if you are finding in this components, means we take this mod, right? This whole mod and this also whole mod. So just multiplying it along with cos theta. This is your dot product. Along with that, some observations are there. That all I have given you in a notes written. When I'll send you the PDF file, you can write down the notes. In the same way, however, I have given notes is there. Along with that, properties you have. First property is distributive property, that is vector A dot vector B plus vector C. Distributive, how we do? A dot B plus A dot C. A vector dot B vector plus A vector dot vector C. So this is your distributive property 1. One more you have here, it is your scalar component. Lambda is a scalar and A and B are your vector component. So whenever you have such this you can take lambda into vector A dot vector B, and this also how you can take. So lambda of vector A dot vector B, this also it will be vector A dot of lambda vector B. You have to call it as a dot only, it is in a product. So this was your second property. Next you have projection of a vector on a line. Now projection, basically what it means, you have studied in your physics. Now suppose this is a line, you can tell this as vector L. You have taken a vector, okay. This you can take it as a vector A. Wait, I'll take this as A. If I take this as a B. Now projection means here some rays are there. So its reflection, like this, I am drawing it. Reflection will fall right like this. So its reflection is exactly will be which part? It falls here. This only is called as projection, right? That is only we are projecting. Whatever we are focusing, the whole thing falls on that. So from here, whatever we are sending it, it falls here. Then if I take this as a C, only this part, till where you are focused, it will be till that part, right? If I want, I can take it as vector P. This will be what? Modulus of vector B only, right? This whole part. If I want, I'll take it as vector A. So projection means what? Simple. Projection means length of AC. This length. This is called projection. You will be having one projection and one will be projection vector. Okay. One will be projection vector. One will be just projection and one will be projection vector. Projection vector, how it is given? It will be your this magnitude, means modulus AB, and your theta, your angle. Yes, your projection whichever in anti-clockwise, this theta will be what? Always we take it as our cos angle, cos theta, into like this only it will be. If you want unit vector, this you can take it as a P cap. It's unit vector you have to find. This whole I can take it as vector A cos theta P cap. Just simple, your projection vector means this only, should remember this, and some note is there that I've given you. I'll send you the notes. We'll see the examples. Examples will show in your next video. Till this you write it, okay? Thank you.